Welcome, Pokemon trainers. Today, you'll witness two worlds collide. Let's get into it. Game of Thrones, one of the most popular shows this last decade, and Pokemon, one of the most successful video game franchises in history. In Pokemon Sword, we will build a team based around Game of Thrones house logos. Then do 20 battles in the Battle Tower to see how it rates. The rules I set for building a team is one legendary, one starter, and they can't have the same items on multiple Pokemon. It will be an optimal team build, so you won't see something like a team with 6 fire type. This is the team I came up with. For the first house, we have the Stark's Direwolf. We have our Jolly Lycanroc, with a Life Orb and its Tough Claw ability. His movesets are a good Stab Rock move, Stone Edge, and Close Combat and Psychic Fangs for a good spread. Then we have a Rock to get a rock attack off first. Number 2, we have the Tigerian Three-Headed Dragon, none better than our modest Hydreigon, with some leftovers and the ability Levitate. This dragon will rock the Nasty Plot and have Dark Pulse, Earth Power, and Flash Cannon. Our third member has to be the Lannister's Lion, our gentle Incineroar, that carefully ate a mint. He holds a Citrus Berry and intimidates the enemy. He's probably one of the hardest to build due to the breeding moves, having to have multiple Pokemon breed with each other, and even have the babies that are brother and sister breed together.
The things I do for love.
This really was a Lannister Pokemon. Incineroar has the Flare Blitz stab move, Parting Shot, Fake Out, and I decided to have Sunny Day. If I had Ultra Sun and Moon, I probably would have bred one with Knockoff. But anyways, on to number 4. The Baratheon Stag. Here comes our legendary Pokemon, Xerneas. Now, this impish guy is a total mess, but I ran with him. I focused on his speed and special attack, and I never switched his nature to give him the special attack boost. Instead, I had special attack weakened. Overall, he's a legendary. How bad can it be? It has the Fairy Aura ability and the Power Herb. Its moveset is Ingrain, Thunder, Moonblast for its stab, and Geomancy. With a Power Herb, we'll let this move set up in just one turn instead of 2. Number 5, we have the Greyjoy Kraken. Here, I felt it was necessary to have the Timid Tentacruel. It has Liquid Ooze and holding the Black Sludge to heal. He'll be our utility defense with Scald, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, Sludge Bomb. So what is our last house going to be for this team? Well, let's look at some honorable mentions first. The first one, the one I was most upset about because it's not in the game. For Baratheon, Saw's Book. Specifically, the winter one, because
Winter is coming.
this was actually a key factor that set up a chain reaction for the rest of the picks. With our legendary being the Stag, we look over to the honorable mention for Stark, we have Entei. Some would probably not consider him being a wolf type, but we can't even decide if he's a cat or a dog. Then we have our other legendary for the Lannisters, being Solgaleo, and the other one for the Lannisters being Pyrar as well, but end up going with Incineroar for our starter spot. Plus, I feel like with his dark type, works well with the Lannisters. Our last honorable mention being the Aaron House, which is a Falcon. I would put Talonflame on this team, but already having a good fire attacker, I felt like there was other roles that were more necessary, which brings us to our final Pokemon of the team. Finally, we have the Tyrell Rose, which is our gentle Rosedale, which we changed to a timid one. It has a Focus Sash to at least get one turn in, and Poison Point ability for those who wish to attack him. For the moves, we went with Spikes for setup, Grass Knot for a stab move with the heavy Pokemon, Sludge Bomb for the other stab, and finally, Aromatherapy, because for some reason I thought that would help. With our team introduced and set up, it's time for the Battle Tower.
Any man dies with a clean sword, I'll rape his fucking corpse!
To make this even, we will do 20 battles, and using a dice roller for 4 unique dice rolls. From left to right, that's how I'll register the Pokemon. Battle 1. They'll start with a Rillaboom and a Abomasnow. I have Tyrell and Lannister. You'll set up using spikes, and have Lannister do Flare Blitz. That will one-hit KO the Abomasnow. Nice. They send out Flapple, and he'll get hit with the spikes. Tyrell will take out Rillaboom with Sludge Bomb. Lannister will use Parting Shot to bring out Stark. They send out Leafeon, and he also gets hit with the spikes. We are now up 4 vs 2. Stark with a close combat to Flapple. Flapple barely hangs on, and Leafeon gets taken out with the sludge. Stark will take out Flapple this time, and that's our first win. The Toad starts out by using Protect, but luckily Lannister will take out the Rhyme. Quagsire comes out. We'll focus on him by hitting him, and Lannister partying out on him. Let's bring out our legendary. And Stark goes out. Ouch. Let's boost up Baratheon's stats and see if Tyrell can knock at least one out. It looks like he takes out the Toad. Nice. Alright, now they have a Delibird, and we are up 3-2. Baratheon will take out the bird, and Tyrell will take out Quagsire. We now have our second win. Round 3. We'll see how Greyjoy plays this round, and Stark will be by his side. They have 2 flying type, so it should be pretty easy. Stark will actually one-hit KO one of their Pokemon, with Greyjoy knocking off the other Pokemon's item. Now that I'm bringing out Diggersby, they have weakness to both my Pokemon. Stark can easily take out their other bird with Acilarock, coming in clutch this round. Greyjoy making connection with the burning of their Pokemon. Diggersby will obviously use Dig for whatever reason, but we'll just focus on their third Pokemon, and I'll use a move just on Diggersby even though it won't hit. We have a nice 4v1. This should be an easy outspeed match, and we should take the win here. Stark making the connection for the final KO, which he'll knock out all 4 Pokemon that round. So battle number 4, it looks like we're going to be fighting a Fisherman without our Grass-type Pokemon. We get to start this one with the Targaryen and Greyjoy. Kingler outspeeds us and hits Targaryen for over half. Lapras is buffed, and we knock out his King Rock. Our Targaryen that was boosted goes out, and Lapras gets boosted again, but gets hit with poison from the Sludge Bomb. I'll bring out the legendary Pokemon because we really need to get this Lapras down. He's up 2 for his attacks. Sadly, they will take out Greyjoy though. Our Thunder will connect and get Lapras taken out. So that's some kind of positive note. Lastly, I only have Lannister, and they're up 1 additional Pokemon, so this is not looking good for us. I'm going to use Fake Out here for Kingler, and my Thunder misses, and they hit Baratheon with a huge crit, but he barely hangs on. Kingler will take out Baratheon now, and it's a 3v1 with Lannister being a fire type, and they have water type Pokemon. So I'm going to focus down the Kingler as much as I can with Lannister, and luckily I will get Kingler down. I'm so happy that Gujira went with counter multiple times. Now it's a 2v1. It looks like I might still have a chance, but Lannister goes out first. Well, that's our first loss so far. Battle 5. We need to have a comeback here. I'm not having a warm fuzzy because we have the Hydreigon and Tentacruel again in this battle, but luckily they're in the back. Stark and Baratheon will start. Looks like their Grim will do a fake out on me, but Stark will one-hit KO their Pokemon. Alright, so we'll split the attacks this next time and bring them both to about half. They will take out Stark though. Let's see how the Targaryen will do. We'll split the attacks once again, with Moonblast taking out the Grim and Targaryen taking out the Weezing. With both those Pokemon down, all that I have left is Claydol. I'll have Xerneas Ingrain just to set up a bit. Hydreigon almost knocks it out. If I would have just Moonblast there, Hydreigon would have got the KO, but now Xerneas with its speed will actually take out the Claydon with the Moonblast. Another win for us. Battle 6, looks like we have to face Leon. We know he'll Gigantamax his Charizard. I'll set up with spikes and see if Greyjoy can take out his Rhyperior. Almost does. Now they'll attack Greyjoy and he'll go down. Not a start I wanted. Well, now with Xerneas out, let's boost him and focus the Rhyperior down. He'll bring out Charizard and we'll have to try to take him down right away. We know he's going to use Gigantamax on it, and Thunder will take him down with one hit. Sadly, that means my Sludge is useless. Tyrell almost goes out here, and he'll bring out Mr. Rhyme. Rhyme will take out Tyrell, and that means all we have left is Stark to come on out. Stark will use Accelerock on Rhyme, and he barely survives. No! Luckily Stark survives as well, but then gets knocked out with the second hit. It's a 1v2, and honestly, I thought Accelerock was going to actually take out Mr. Rhyme. I feel like Aegislash will use King Shield to protect, so I'll focus Rhyme, which I do take him out. They'll hit me, but I barely survive. I know I'm faster, but with a priority move, Shadow Sneak, to get the KO. The mistake with that match was the fact that we used Accelerock instead of Stone Edge. Let's get into Battle 7, where I'm going to switch Greyjoy out right away for Targaryen. And of course they use Protect, and they almost take out Targaryen right away. I'm going to split the attacks with both super effective. Gigalith barely hangs on because it's sturdy, but their second mon goes down. Gigalith will take out Targaryen though. We'll bring Greyjoy back out, and I feel like we have the upper hand because it's super effective and moves. Gigalith will use Protect, and the Focus Sash will actually keep Tyrell alive this round. Their Copper is going to have a quick claw, and it ends up taking out Tyrell. But at least I knock it off afterwards. How unlucky. So our last Pokemon, Stark. Luckily he has a fighting move, and will knock out the Copper. Gigalith will then take out Stark. So now we have Greyjoy versus Gigalith, and a Gastrodon. Well, I'm guessing Gigalith is going to protect, which he does. So I'm going to knock off Gaston. Greyjoy hangs on still. I'm going to try to get Gigalith down, which I do. Nice. They're going to use Rain Dance. And I heal up. Is this actually winnable? Scald does do some damage, but they use Earth Power to get Greyjoy down. Well, we have a losing streak now. Let's turn the tables here on match 8. We're going up against a youngster with Hitmonchan and Rotom. Looks like they'll start out with a fake out towards me, but at least I get Hitmonchan to just about half. Targaryen gets a little damage, but not much. Looks like they're going to Volt Switch and Protect here, which luckily they bring out another Grass type, and Flare Blitz will almost take it out, but Focus Sash will keep it alive. Targaryen's going to take it out while I'm partying out towards Hitmonchan to get Tyrell out on the battlefield. They send Rotom back out. This next turn, not much happens, but I do just set up some spikes. Tyrell will knock out the Rotom, and Targaryen will almost knock out Hitmonchan. Targaryen gets hit by both of them and barely hangs on. Sludge Bomb does half damage to one of their Pokemon, and this next turn, Hitmonchan will take out Targaryen, but Tyrell will take out the Hitmonchan by barely surviving one hit. Let's get the Lannister back out here and try to take out their last Pokemon. They will take out Tyrell, but Lannister will connect and take out their final Pokemon.
Lannister always pays his debts.
So for Battle 9, looks like we have the upper edge because they have a Rhyperior and Frostmoth versus our Grass and Fire. I'm going to focus on Rhyperior. Luckily, because their Frostmoth does protect, they bring out a Delibird. We'll take the Delibird out next with a Sludge Bomb. Nice. One hit KO. And the Frostmoth with the Flare Blitz. With a double knockout, they bring out the last Pokemon. Now, I'm going to have Tyrell attack, but I'm going to use Parting Shot with Lannister to kind of weaken him and bring out a different Pokemon. We're going to bring out our legendary Pokemon. We should easily take out his last Pokemon here. We'll just Sludge Bomb and then Moonblast him. He does take out Tyrell right before we Moonblast him for the win. So going into Battle 10, this will be our halfway mark. Going in with 3 losses already, we want to finish this off with a strong debut. If you want the second half of the battles, hit that like button, and we'll release it once we get 200 likes. We'll start by boosting Baratheon, and surprisingly, they use Sunny Day, which makes my Fire Blitz one-hit KO their Pokemon. With an early 4 vs 3 and a boost legendary, this is looking pretty good. We're going to use Partying Out on Aegislash to bring him down a little bit, and then bring out Targaryen. Unfortunately, they do target that side, almost getting Targaryen with a one-hit KO. He survives though. I'm not sure if Aegislash is going to use a priority move, so I'm a little skeptical, or he might use a protection move. Either way, I'm going to hit both of them, knock them under half, but they will take out Targaryen. I'm going to bring Lannister back out for some revenge. Let Lannister do a fake out to Shuckle, and Thunder misses. We're going to have Moonblast take out Shuckle, and Flare take out Aegislash. Now it makes it a 3v1, and that pretty much wraps up this battle with another W. How do you guys like this team so far? Make sure if you want to see the part 2, hit that thumbs up button. Until then, we'll see you next time.